have a 50-gallon A.O. Smith. We already have a ball valve on the top, nut by nuts. First thing we're going to do is we're going to actually unplug it. With the A.O. Smith, we're able to tell the year by the first two numbers. So the serial number on this is 1210. So this was manufactured in 2012, the 10th week of 2012. Once again, the first two on the serial number of an A.O. Smith is the manufacturer year. The second two is the week number of that year. So the 10th week of 2012. The customer already has the line heading from the pan, so we don't need to do anything there. Just reconnect it whenever we're done. TMP, temperature and pressure relief valve, of course, would pop right here, comes down. That was a 2 code when it was installed. However, the city no longer wants to see that. You can set it up very similar to this. CPVC is the only thing that you can have if you're using a PVC. It needs to be CPVC. However, the city would want to see an air gap or just straight down to the pan, which is what I'm going to do. So we're going to get this disconnected, go and start draining it. It's been here since 2012. It's currently 2023. So not the oldest heater, but it's been here for a while. I'm going to assume plenty of sediment. They have a leak. It's either coming from the bottom or from the back. Unfortunately, I can't reach my hand around the back to see if that's where it's coming from, but we'll find out here shortly. Customer's in the process of moving. And of course, in the trailer, I do have the new 50-gallon electric. New pan, copper, things of that nature. Please excuse the mess. Had a long day yesterday. Didn't get home till about 9 o'clock and just kind of threw everything back in there. But we are ready to rock and roll. It's empty, it's still heavy. A little bit of a tight squeeze with AC and the door frame right here. Okay, old heater. Be replacing the pan, cleaning all this up, new supply lines, TMP once again running down to the pan, in and out. Those are his old supply lines. They look new, but we're of course gonna go ahead and toss them. Okay, customer put some sort of litter down to try to capture the water. Really big thing, guys, is always whenever you're installing a heater, always try to anticipate the worst case, and that would of course be a leak. So it's inevitable. It doesn't matter how good of a plumber you are, there's going to be a leak at the heater at some point in time. The reason why I say that is because this pan drain, this 1-inch CPVC that they have here, it was not tight to the pan. So while the pan was capturing the water, it was unfortunately leaking at this connection where the CPVC ties into the pan. And he went through here, put some cat litter down or some sort of material to try to suck up the, absorb the water. And we're going to clean that up for him and try to make this as nice and neat as possible. Next one's 6. This one's gonna be 6. Got her 6. Go ahead and clean these up. One of the tests on the tradesman for the state of Texas is how much to ream. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe the answer is all of it. Okay, we have our assembly here. One of the important things to look at whenever you're doing this, and what the inspectors will be looking at, is to make sure that your TMP has fall. Freaking perfect. Okay. Got the pan installed. Going to strap that down. Still need to put the supply lines on, and that'll be a wrap. Okay. After you install a water heater, what you want to do is before you turn the water on to the heater, you want to come into your nearest bathtub, preferably, and turn it all the way to hot. Now, right now I have the water heater filling, and it is actually just blowing the water that was still in the line, blowing it out of the tub spot right now. Might be a little mix of cold in there as well, from the cold side, I mean. That did not go through the heater because we have a single handle mix. It might be leaking. Maybe somewhere else in the house is leaking. But we're gonna let that run, and we're gonna get a lot of air coming out here momentarily. I'm going to go back out there and make sure the heater's not leaking. Okay. That needs to be done every time you are filling a heater. Okay. Earlier I was talking about making sure that this is tight. Well, ends up that this, man, that's a good cutter, is actually, balance this out, not the proper fitting. So that's why it was not getting a seal on there. This is for a pan. This is not. So what's the difference? They're both CPVC. Difference is that lip going all the way around to where this doesn't have it. So if you were to take this, or let me just use. So if you were to take this, put it on this side of the pan, put that through the pan, and then put your nut on, there's nothing for that to go back to make it seal properly. Where with this, put this on, and as you can see, it has a nice little backer on it, the CPVC. Put that on, put it through the pan, tighten that up, that gets tight to the pan, boop, nice good seal. And we have our new heater. We are leak free. This is a Ream Professional. Got our strap for our TMP required. Place the pan drain line connection. She is humming. She is good to go. Job site's been cleaned up nice and neat. Vacuumed up. Thank you, Milwaukee. Okay, so before I loaded the heater into my trailer, I took the boiler drain off one more time and tilted it on its side. And that's what came out. There's some huge chunks of sediment. But she's about to be loaded in there.